Welcome everyone to another exciting episode of Two Bar Connection with your host, Jesse, and
James, what's going on, everybody?
what is going on indeed. So today, we're in July, it's a bit of a slow month, and that's reflected in the news, which is also kind of light, but still there's some interesting stuff going on. We have Helldivers player numbers seem to be at an all-time low. We have more unfortunate layoffs with the Tales of Kenzera studio. The studio behind the game Tales of Kenzera facing layoffs. We have Evo 2024 facing record-breaking numbers. The worldwide fighting tournament, for those of you that don't know. We also have Exoprimal, yet another live service game that is now ceasing support. We also have some happy news with Team Fortress 2 now being saved from the bot menace, seemingly. And to end it all off, we have some industry raging news, because this wouldn't be an episode without some rage to be the rage at with Game Pass, some price hikes and some pricing changes, and Apex getting some very egregious battle pass changes with some very very questionable decisions behind it. But before we get into all that, how are you, my good sir?
I'm good. I just got back from a vacation to Las Vegas where I lost some money, which I was kind of already expecting because I am a very awful gambler. So I wasn't expecting to win anything, but I was very shocked to find that I lost $500 within a span of like 5 minutes.
Damn. Okay. Holy shit.
Yeah, I was like,
What were
yeah.
you playing?
Oh well. So some people that are successful in Vegas that I work with, they gave me tips and tricks on how to consistently win and stuff. And I tried to do that strat, but it didn't work. Meanwhile, the other guy won like $700
Oh
on
my god. But
slots
but but
on
but
his, on
on
his first
slots?
button.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
on his first button press, and I'm like,
Just walk away after that. As soon as that happens, just walk away.
yeah. Well, I mean that's how much I set aside to gamble, so that's how much I was willing to lose.
Yeah, that's always good to
So
do. You
yeah,
set
so
aside
after
a
I did
budget
that.
and then you do that.
Yeah, so yeah, I did that and whatever. But it was fun though. I got to walk around Vegas. Some have not been there before, and we got to we got to drive go karts, and we also got to drive sports cars, like exotic sports cars at a racetrack.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I actually got to drive a Porsche. Now
Oh, that's
yeah,
so
so
cool. This was in Vegas still? Where in Vegas?
yeah, yeah. So they have like it's called Vegas Speed, and they have a track where they have like Lamborghinis, Ferraris, Porsches, a Shelby Mustang, Corvettes as well. So um, I forgot what it's called though. I think it's no, just I think it's just Vegas Speed. Um,
Speed
yeah,
Vegas.
there it is. Yeah, sorry, Speed Vegas. That's what it is. Yep, that's it. So so those are all the different cars that you can rent. And what you do is you pay per lap,
Uh-huh.
and you have someone in the car like teaching you how to like drive the track and race and stuff. But they also have their own go-kart track, and they also have a track for off-roading, so you can take some buggies out off-roading.
This is a track
Yeah.
right here?
Yep. Yep.
How
That's
long
it.
how long is it?
I think it's like just over a mile of track.
A little over a mile track? Okay, so you're pretty much
Yeah.
paying by the mile.
Yeah, pretty much.
Ah,
But
okay. Is it pricey?
yeah, I mean, well, not that price. I forgot how much I paid, but it definitely was like in the 500 areas.
Damn, okay,
But
so
they
you
also, yeah, but dude, it was worth it. For me, that was the highlight of the trip. So, I would literally go back and do it again because at the end of the laps, I was starting to get the hang of it, and I was starting to like cut corners and actually feel like I was racing the car like for real. And
uh-huh.
then the guy was like, "Okay, that's it, we're done." And I'm like, "No, I was just getting used to the car."
How many laps did you pay
So,
for?
7,
Seven
because
laps?
if
Oh,
you
okay.
yeah, if you pay for like a certain amount of laps, they give you the extra one free. So really, I paid for 6.
Okay. Yeah, so
Yeah,
six and then you
but
get one for free. Oh wow, okay.
but like I said, they also offer go karts, um, and dune buggies for off roading, as well
Ooh,
as
dune buggies? That'd be fun. Some off-roading would
yeah,
be.
dude, off roading and shit. And also the go karts are cool because it's like a wider track, so there's more opportunities to like pass up the drivers, because the track that we did was indoors and really it was too narrow, so you're mostly racing against the clock to set a good time, and then that's how you would place first, second, and third.
Okay, okay. Did
Yeah.
you? So you raced you on the? So you're racing other people only in the go karts.
Yeah, in the go karts. And here
Okay,
I
okay.
guess we were racing against people too, but racing for good times. So, um, what else? Oh, and also they offered one of my coworkers did drifting experience. So they
Ooh.
had a Dodge Charger, a Hellcat,
Uh
and you
huh.
paid money and they would put you in the passenger seat, and this guy would literally take you drifting in the car.
Oh, so cool.
Yeah,
Oh man.
also paying for a lap as per lap as well. So honestly, this was the highlight of the trip for me. Fuck the gambling and shit. It's not for me, but this is for me. So I walked out of there like, damn, I need to make some money so I can buy a Porsche.
Oh, you're gonna have to make a lot of money for that.
Yeah, I
Where's a
know,
Porsche
man.
go
Well, I'm
for
trying.
75K starting maybe?
Yeah, and I want that one. I want the one I drove.
You remember which
I
one?
don't want
You remember which one you drove?
shit. It was. I think it
Oh,
was.
pff,
It was
Jesus
a
Christ.
GTR. It was a GTR or something. I forgot. I have it on my phone. But I'll have to grab it later. But it's definitely a supercar, dude. It's a supercar. It's got the bucket seats and everything. The paddle shifters
Well, it says here
thing.
250K.
It's chump change. I mean, I could do that. I could do
We were buying like a house on wheels, a very small, very fast house on wheels. We were
that.
paying
But
250K for that.
yeah,
Damn.
but that car is fast, but it also handles perfectly. Um, Anything you told the car to do, it would do no problem. So I was starting to, after a while, like after a few laps, the instructor was like, don't worry, we're not gonna flip over and die. So I started to take corners like with more and more throttle until I finally like by the end I realized, wow, I can honestly just floor it around corners, and this car will not like flip, it won't skid, it'll literally grab the track and just turn.
Wow. Okay. That must have been
Yes.
something. Holy shit.
It was, dude. It was. That's why I was like, just everyone should get a Porsche.
And you went with coworkers or friends?
Yeah,
Friends slash coworkers?
yeah, friends slash coworkers, yes. And
Mm-hmm.
but it was fun. It was
And
so good.
did you fly there or you drove there?
No, no, we flew.
You
We
flew?
flew.
How long was the flight?
Actually, so flying there, it's like about 2 hours total travel time.
Ah, okay.
We flew to Phoenix and then we flew to Vegas, and each flight was like 40 minutes. Um,
Okay.
but what was interesting was on the flight back, we had to go from Vegas to Los Angeles, and then from Los Angeles to El Paso.
Yeah, I know you're telling me you got hit with all the delays. Was that because of the
Oh,
Microsoft shit? The
dude, honestly, I didn't know that there was a problem with Microsoft until I got home. I got home and I'm like, oh my god, let me just go on YouTube. And then like YouTube wasn't working, and my internet was out, and I was like, what the why? And then I wake up and realize Windows 11 just took like a I mean, technically speaking, it wasn't Windows 11.
yeah,
It was
technically speaking, it
something.
wasn't.
Yeah, technically it wasn't, but still, Windows 11 essentially took a giant shit worldwide, like, and I was like, oh damn, thank God I don't have Windows 11. But yeah. Actually, how was your computer? Because I know you're running
No, no.
Windows.
As long as you don't have the program that they were running, it was. As long as you don't have like this particular program that they have, I forgot what it was like called, like Falcon, something like that.
Yeah.
It's like a big like cybersecurity program that a lot of big companies really like, and most of them use it. So that's why
Mm,
there's so many places that were just down.
okay.
So no, yeah, no. For
All right.
for for, me- for like normal people, for the Joe Schmoes like you and I, that doesn't affect us at all because we don't need
Okay.
that
All
kind
right,
of
that's
stuff.
good.
Yeah, you have your
Yeah.
Windows Defenders, and that's it. Like you're good to go, which comes with Windows 11. So
Sweet. But actually, now that I think about it, I don't think it affected me too much because we actually had thunderstorms in Vegas, and then on top of that, we were sitting on the runway, and they said that there was hail like on the takeoff ramp.
okay,
So
wow.
yeah, so they're opening and closing the takeoff ramp one at a time for these planes. And I was like, damn it, let me go home.
When were you supposed to get home?
I was supposed to get home at 4. I didn't get home. I didn't land. I was supposed to land at 4. I didn't land until 10.
Holy shit.
Yes, bro. Like my entire trip was delayed by 6 hours.
The peak airport experience. Wow. Yeah, because we were supposed to record. I didn't.
Yes. Honestly, dude, I was gonna postpone it anyway because I was feeling like exhausted. But bro, after all the delays, I got to LAX and I was like, I don't want to. No, I just want to go home and sleep. And then eventually I got home and I was like, yeah, I'm really glad I decided to take a rain check because it was very tiring, very very tiring.
Oh man, dog, you got the peak travel experience, dude. Oh
Yeah.
man, you haven't traveled until you had to sleep in an airport.
Oh man, I mean I have slept in an airport, but just, but that was awful because like
Sounds awful. 6 hour delay, bro. Jesus Christ.
yes, half of that was like on the way, so we were already in the plane and we were stuck in the plane for like half that delay.
Oh no.
Yes.
So you're there all cooped up. You can't even walk around, stretch your legs, buy
Yes,
some
man.
buy some snacks, some chips for like $8
Yes,
for a
and then there was like
small
a
bag
40
of Doritos.
something, and it was like a less than an hour flight. So the flight attendants were like giving us scraps instead of like actual snacks and sodas, because the flight service is dependent on how long the flight is. So,
Oh
so,
no.
so
They can't go
I was
over
like,
it.
yeah, man.
They gotta
Oh,
ration it
man,
out.
I was fucking hungry. I was hungry,
Oh, oof. Oh
but yeah,
man.
but it's okay.
It's alright. You're home now. It's over.
Yeah, I'm home now. My memories of my Porsche, and I'm gonna make the money. I'm gonna make all the monies, and I'm gonna buy the Porsche with my house. It's gonna come with my house.
Come with your house.
Yeah, it's gonna come with my house.
All right.
But what about you, man? How's everything with you been?
Well, speaking of go karts, I went to a place called Extreme Action Park, which is over in. Well, I don't want to say on air, but it's it's a cool place. It's about hour from here, hour
Okay.
north. So if you know where I
Okay.
live and you know what's an hour north from here, you know more or less where I went.
Okay.
And there, it's pretty much an amusement center. And I went there with my brother, my sister, and with my niece. And we paid for a package where we got to ride some no, well, no, the go karts were separate. But we got a bundle where we got to do laser tag, mini golf, and a rope course. And
Oh
then
my
on the
God.
side, I paid for go karts because my niece wanted to do that. Selena wanted to go for some go kart racing, and I want to do some go kart racing too. And well, we had a really, really, really good time. We started off with the laser tag. I won because I kept shooting my sister in the ass over and over again. Kept shooting her back to me, so I just shot her in the back every time. And then we went to mini golfing. Mini golfing was pretty fun.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, and it's a big mini golf course. Like it's deceptively big because like you go to one room and it's like, oh, okay, like this is the whole thing. Like it's kind of big, but it's not like massive. But then you go behind like a wall and you see the rest of it. Like, oh shit, like this is massive. Okay, and there's 18 holes, so it's the full course.
Yeah.
You're doing the whole thing.
I haven't done mini golf in forever.
Yeah, you're doing the
Honestly,
whole thing, and then we went down. We went back downstairs, and then we went go kart. They had an indoor go kart track like in the back, and I had a pretty good time with it. But unfortunately, my niece did not because by the time it was her turn to do it, the go karts were kind of crapping out. So like the whole time they were like stalling. So like once one go kart like stops working, they electronically shut them all off. So then they have to go, fix one. Then the guy comes back. Then like they go for like another 30 seconds. Another one craps out. They go back. Right. So these poor kids, because it was all just a bunch of kids. They're all in the same group because it's on a schedule. They didn't go one full lap without them having to stop. It really sucked for them. And it was like
That's all.
It was like a 5 minute race. I think it was supposed to only be like 5 minutes. I think mine was like 8 minutes because mine just for the adults. So like I got the 8 minute race with the faster go karts, but they got the slower ones with 5 minutes. And of course, Selena wasn't too happy about that because, she didn't get to ride at all. But then after that, they gave us also arcade cards, and we just pretty much spent the rest of our money in the arcades. Oh, and the rope course, but the rope course was kind of a dud because my brother and sister are scared of heights and they're little chickens, so I had to go up with Selena. But then Selena, poor thing, she got scared stiff when she got up there, so she went through one part of it, and then she just froze. She couldn't move.
No.
She's like a cat stuck in a tree. She's just stuck there. She wouldn't even talk to me. Like I was like, "Hey, are you okay?" She's like, she just wouldn't say anything. So I had to guide her back to the beginning of the course. And I was fortunate that was the end of that. But it's a really good time though overall. I really liked the place. Really good. Really good place. So it was a lot of fun. I would go back. It's just it's kind of far, and it's pretty expensive. But you get a lot out of it, right? And I split it between my brother and sister, so it wasn't too bad. Very
Cool.
fun.
Yeah, I would like to go there too, because honestly, it gives me Boomers vibes.
Yeah, it is kind of like Boomers. It's kind of
Yeah, updated though, like modernized. I really would like to do those escape rooms, but I have not done escape rooms ever.
I think they have multiple locations, and I could have sworn I saw a brochure where one of the locations has an escape room. Yeah, we're back. Hold on. Just give me one moment. Give me like 10 seconds.
10 seconds.
2, 3, 4. All right, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I'm here. I'm back. All right. I was hoping to. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong. I was hoping to close my brother's laptop, but it was already closed when I got there, so I don't know what's up.
Honestly,
Probably because of rain.
Or me. It could be me too. I don't know.
Yeah, we've had some thunderstorms earlier today, so it might be the rain.
Yeah.
Could possibly be the rain. I think it's pretty cloudy outside right now. Oh no. Okay, I'm gonna have to edit these down.
I have to as well. I think it's me, honestly. I don't think
Who?
Yeah, Spectrum's been acting a fool.
Oh yeah, because this Spectrum is trash.
Hey man, I've literally been here for like 2 years with no issues, and now I'm starting to get problems.
Oh well, that's the story of internet, dude. Every time you get like new internet, it starts off great, and then like a year later, it just starts crapping out.
2 years actually, but I probably should like trade in this old equipment because they probably have updated equipment now.
They had to pay more for that?
I mean, well, no. I mean, just getting the same like stuff, just new, because this stuff is probably old now.
Oh, okay. So you don't have to pay for equipment replacement.
I mean, I hope not. I don't think
Hey man, these are internet provider services. These are APSs we're talking about, man. They will charge for everything if they can.
Yeah. Oh lord.
And they will get away with it because they will have their little slice of wherever you are, and they will be the only ones with that slice. So.
Yes.
Well, outside of that, for gaming, just very quickly. So I played, of course, Elden Ring.
Ooh, yes.
Of course, you saw me
Tell
play the
me how
DLC a
that-
bit. I actually beat it.
You beat the DLC?
I beat the DLC.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I beat it. When did I buy it? I don't remember. Like, when did I think it took me like a week. I don't know when I bought it. I can't remember when I bought it. I know I bought it, but then I waited a few days because it came out the 20th of June, I think. And I had to. I was on my second character because I kind of messed up. The DLC isn't available until you're like about maybe like 80% of the way through the game. You have to unlock like some secret end game area. And in order to access that, you have to go through like a big chunk of the game. Granted, you can like crit path it, and you can probably get there relatively quick. At least on a New Game Plus, where you can kind of just blow past a lot of the main path bosses. But after I saw the news about how freaking hard it was, which is by no surprise because all the FromSoft games or DLC is always harder than the base game. So I'm like, all right, man, this game was already hard enough. Going through the first time, I don't need the New Game Plus scaling on top of whatever bullshit they throw at me. Like, I don't want that smoke. So I went to my other character, and he was only like maybe a third of the way through the game. Halfway, actually. No, he was only about halfway through the game. So I had to play like an additional like 40 hours to get to the end of the game to the point where I can actually do the DLC, and then that's the character I played it with. And I played through the whole thing with it, and holy shit, was it fucking hard! Like, you there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I
Hello?
can hear you. I can hear you.
Sorry, could you repeat that again? Damn, bro. I'm so sorry about this.
No, I was just saying it's hard. It was hard as fuck.
Oh, well, I can imagine.
I know,
In
but
fact,
like, I
no,
think,
but
huh?
no, I was gonna say that even by FromSoft standards, people were pissing and moaning about the difficulty a lot.
Yeah, right. So I mean, the thing is, Elden Ring kind of already had a little bit of a difficulty problem by the end of the game, where a lot of the end game bosses had like some bullshit to them, where they kind of like broke the rules of like what you'd expect out of bosses. So they went from like tough
Oh,
but fair to like, okay, like this is kind of a little bullshit, right? Like they have like a lot of delayed attacks, which is something that a lot of people in the Souls community don't really like. They have like AOE spams. They have really fucked up hitboxes on their attacks, so they're like you don't know what direction you're supposed to dodge in. And the DLC kind of takes a lot of that and like amps it up to like 12.
mhm. Holy
Especially
crap.
the final boss of DLC is, oh my god, that's got to be like the hardest boss fight I've ever fought in any game ever. Any game ever, like harder than everything in base game Elden Ring, harder than Millennia, who is like I don't know if you remember Millennia when I was fighting her.
Of course.
Yeah, harder than her. Which, funny enough, I actually went back this weekend. I smoked her ass. I beat her like in an hour. It only took me like an hour of trying. I just had to refamiliarize my moveset. I smoked her. But I mean, besides that, right? Like it's more Elden Ring. It's more of all that awesomeness that comes with Elden Ring, right? It still has great exploration. The vistas, oh my god, the locations are so beautiful. It's such a beautiful game. Like the moment, like when you step in, right? You enter this place called the Shadow Realm, and so you enter this area. The initial area is called Gravesite Plain. It's supposed to be like, like a plain, but like it's like full of like ghostly graveyards surrounding the whole area, and it's like shadow monsters and stuff. But when you first initially go in there, like you see like there's like a beautiful field of like wheat fields that stretches for like miles and miles and miles, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And it has like this cool. It's called the Shadowlands, and it kind of lives up to it because it has like this like shadowy filter about it, and it just looks really really cool. You can so like more or less like that's kind of how it looks,
Hmm.
like that. Just think you can load up.
Yeah, I remember watching that, or watching you play through there.
So you enter here, and it's like holy shit! You see like the Erd tree, which is the big thing in that tree thing in the back, right?
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
yeah, so this is like the first thing you see, like holy shit, right? And the game did that in the base game already, but like it's amazing how they were able to keep doing it over and over and over again. Like every new area you go to, there's always a beautiful vista shot. And unlike the base game, where the last area like kind of sucked, it was like really ugly and boring, and like there wasn't really much to do in it. All the enemies were like recycled. Now like the end game area is actually pretty cool, and it's beautiful too. It's like a ruins, like it's like one huge like collection of ruins. It's like being reclaimed by the forest, and it looks amazing. It looks absolutely amazing and beautiful. They introduced a bunch of new weapon types. Like they introduced martial arts, which you can do like kung fu fighting. Your guy can like do like so you could do like roundhouse kicks and shit. They introduced beast claws, which is pretty much like how they sound. They allow you to fight like a tiger or something. Like you kind of like just go around like wildly clawing around your enemies. They introduced light greatsword, which is kind of like it's like a mix between like a think like a claymore and like a rapier.
Hmm.
It's kind of like that, but it has like a bunch of like fancy like flourishes that you do. It looks kind of like like how Geralt fought in Witcher 3.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah,
kind of like that.
it looks a lot like that.
Hmm.
Yeah, it looks a lot like that. And then my personal favorite is they introduced is the backhand blades, which are these like two like scimitars that you have that you carry them like reverse grip. So like instead of the
Oh,
blade like that.
yeah, I
Yeah.
saw you using those for one of the boss fights.
Yeah, and those things are dope because they carried the hell out of me. They're really fast. They do pretty good damage for how fast they are, because usually fast weapons do kind of crappy damage, but these actually do pretty decent damage. I had a talisman, which is an item you can equip that increased how much damage it did if I hit them in rapid succession, so like it stacked really well with that. And then it has like this skill that lets me like immediately dodge around them and go for a backstab, and that carried the hell out of me too, because like it does a lot of damage and it just instantly helps me avoid a lot of their attacks and just keep my offense going. Really cool weapons. I absolutely love them. And it helped me with the last boss too. Like by the end, I was just spamming like I forgot what it was called. It was called blind spots. Like blind spot, blind spot, blind spot, blind spot, blind spot, blind spot. Because he was like this much health, right? And always like when they have this much health, it's when they're at their most dangerous. Like that's when you fuck up and you get super greedy,
Yeah.
and then you just die like for whatever reason. So you just spam that over and over again. I won it after like I think like 4 hours. It took me like 4 or 5 hours
That's a long time.
to beat the final boss. I mean, a lot of them took me a long time. You saw me fight the dancing lion. You
Yes.
saw me fight that thing. Yeah, that thing took me like a good like 2 hours to beat, because it just would not stop fucking flailing around and spamming bullshit at me, and I just couldn't learn its moveset because it was so freaking neurotic and sporadic with its movements that I just couldn't keep track of what it was doing. Plus, the camera just fucking sucks. So much ass in these games. They're so bad. The cameras is so bad in these games. But all around, amazing DLC for an amazing game. It's gonna be like in my top games of the year, even though it's an expansion pack, right? Right now it's behind Rebirth, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Yeah, all around just great. Highly recommend it. If you loved Elden Ring, you're gonna love this. Just make sure you have a wiki open and you get your Shadow Tree fragments, which are what you need, because the Shadow Tree fragments increase how much damage you do and reduce how much damage you take. So like it's absolutely necessary for you to get them, because it's kind of insane that like I can look at the stat bar and it'll say 75% damage reduction, and I'm still getting hit for like a third of my life bar. So that should be telling you how much damage like you would take if you don't collect the Shadow Trees. They just blow on you, and you just fall over and die. So yeah, definitely go out, get your Shadow Trees before you fight bosses. Okay, explore.
Do you think that's the reason why people thought it was really hard? You
Yeah,
think it
yeah.
worked?
I mean, and they actually did patch it to where the Shadow Tree fragments give you more upfront buffs, because before it was just 5% increments. So it's like 1.05, 1.1, 1.15. Eventually, they made it a bit more upfront. So then it was like 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, and then 1.35, 1.45, and then overall, you are more or less the same level that you would be if you collected all of them, but you're slightly higher than you were before.
I see.
And for the last boss, yeah, you want all of them. Get all of them, because there are people tearing their hair out over this guy who's absolutely just awful. The first phase is actually pretty cool. I got this thing called a hard tier. The hard tiers are like things that you can add to your flask of wondrous mix, I think is what it's called. And it's pretty much like a potion that can give you buffs, and it works alongside your flasks, which the red Gatorade that heals you, the blue Gatorade that gives you back your magic. Well, there's a third type, which is the flask of wondrous mix that gives you buffs, but you can assign what buffs you want. And one of them I got was it let me do Sekiro parries pretty much.
Ooh.
And
I like that.
That
I love
and
parrying.
that with the backhand blades carried the shit out of me the boss fight, because I literally just ding 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 ding. I can actually block his stuff, because with the backhand blades, right? If I'm using them in dual stance, I can't block, right? But with the tier, I can go parry, 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 parry. I can actually block what he's throwing at me. So it made the fight much easier, although not by much. Well, much easier, but like it was still hard as fuck. Cause I tried doing it like store weapons and it just wasn't working out, so I just stuck to my fast backhands that were carrying me throughout the entire DLC. Really awesome, loved it, absolutely loved it. Also, I played Trails into Daybreak, which
I
I recently
heard
purchased.
you sent me a picture, and I was like, "Oh shit!" What was it? Something flabbergasted? What the localization say?
Sporadic flabbergast, I think it was. Because he was just like, they didn't even write the words out. Just
They just were like, "Yeah, this is
flabbergasted sputtering. That's what it is.
So you said you finished the prologue. How'd you like the prologue?
Yeah, yeah. So it's so for the prologue, definitely it's gonna be a darker game, like they said it would.
Oh shit!
Because
Okay.
like in the first hour, there's this one character that gets absolutely murderized.
Oof.
He gets
Is it graphic?
well. You see what happens afterwards, and they tell you what happens afterwards. Like you come in, and you just see his body on the floor, just drenched in blood.
Oof.
So like that's something you would never see in the older games, right? Like they just like all over him.
Yeah, they're just like, ugh.
And he's like, oh, he's dead. Oh, and someone chopped off his left hand. Like holy shit, okay. Like that never happened in Cold Steel, right? In Cold Steel, you would go in and they'd just be like, oh, he's unconscious, but he's alive, right? They'll do some pussy shit like that.
Yes, yes, bro. Oh no, he's not dead. I'll administer first aid immediately, or someone will lose their arm off screen, and then they just come back with no arm.
like
Perfect.
yeah,
Like,
nothing was funnier than when in I think Cold Steel 2. I forgot like the Civil War was going on, right? And then they went like Reed and the buddies went to battle and like they somehow didn't kill anybody, even though like you're going there in battle, banging the shit with your sword and stuff, and you're like, oh well, good thing no one here died. Like wait, what? How did no one here die? First off, we're in a war. Second, I just beat the crap out of them and had Emma in the back line just nuking the shit out of them with her spells. Like, how are they not dead?
Dude.
Oh, it's a real miracle. No one died. What? What kind of war is this? But no, this is definitely going to be a darker game. So I'm very interested in where it's going to go.
Yeah.
There's also they're already setting up some connections to the previous games, right? There's a new character they introduced that has a connection with another character, and you'll know it when you see it. It's very, very obvious, like who they're referencing. They also do reference the war, right? This takes place I think it takes place 2 years later after the war with Calvert and
Erebonia.
Okay, I thought Erebonia was a continent, but no, it's okay. Yeah, okay, so yeah, between Erebonia and
Zumeria is the continent.
Zumeria is the continent. Okay, yeah. So this takes place 2 years after the war with Calvert and Erebonia. So, they also did some interesting changes with the combat system. So you can fight in real time, but it kind of sucks to be honest. Like it's pretty rudimentary. It doesn't suck, but it's pretty rudimentary, right? It's clear that like they want you to do mostly turn-based, but the real-time combat is there to kind of like speed things up if you don't want to like spend time taking turns fighting them because some of the enemies just keel over if you just hit them a few times.
Yeah.
So like you can hit them up and it charges up like a charge bar, and you get a charge attack, and you can press R2 to do a charge attack, and then that could most likely it'll kill them. But like if you build up their stun bar and then you press the square button to initiate turn-based mode, it'd actually start off with advantage, right? Kind of like in Cold Steel when you hit them at the back and you start off with advantage.
Yes.
Well, this time you have to like stun them in real time before you can actually. So you have to hit them like several times before you can actually like start off with advantage. And then there are like elite enemies that will do deadly attacks. That's what they call them, deadly attacks. And if you get hit by that, then they start off with advantage.
Oh, okay.
So that's kind of how it works. I don't know if basic enemies can start off with advantage. I don't think they can, but the elite enemies can start off with advantage. Then, of course, they changed like the UI a bit. So, like, and then of course you can also move around now and like aim your ability at the same time. Because so before, like, you had to choose between moving or attacking, right? But now you can actually move around and attack at the same time on the same turn. So you're not limited by that anymore. And also, do you remember I forgot what it's called, the link system, where like you pair your buddies up?
Yeah, of course.
You have to pair them up ahead of time. Well, this time, all you have to do is just position them near each other, and they'll give each other bonuses.
Oh,
So it's a lot more open-ended, right? You don't have to like do it ahead of time. You could just do it like in time in battle. So like if you want someone to get buffs, you just move them close to each other, and now they're linked up to each other.
Okay, that's actually pretty cool.
And I haven't gotten the third party member yet, so it's just the two main characters so far, Van and Agnes. So like I don't know if like you can do 3 or 4 or something like that, but so far like, you know, it's just more flexible. Like you can have them move each other, and then the orbment system, right, which is like the materia system in Final Fantasy, right? So it's like Trails' version of it. It's different now because it's kind of weird and a little confusing, like because it's like by categories now. It's like attack category, defense category. I forgot what the third one was, and then like EX, which is like extra, I guess. And depending on like where you put it, or orbment you put it, it'll give you like different bonuses, depending on what category you put it in. And then there's something called shard skills, which also change depending on where you put them on your orbment. And it's like it's kind of like in the previous games where it was like you have a chance of blocking an attack for a teammate or something like that.
Yes.
It's like that, but now you can actually like pick them. So it wasn't something that you unlock right through the social bond system. I don't know if there's a social bond system. I doubt there is.
I mean, there should be, because that was kind of a big deal in the previous games.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I haven't unlocked it yet because it's just a prologue. So it could be something that you unlock later on. And it's just me and it's just the main character, Van and Anya so far. So maybe I unlock it later on. But so far, like it seems like they're taking like a lot of the systems from the previous games and kind of like making them a bit more flexible.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah, so definitely strong first impression. I'm interested in seeing where the story goes, because right now it's like a mystery surrounding some objects and stuff that's like tied to a character. Oh yeah, one of the characters, I'm not gonna say who, but one of the two main characters is when their true identity is revealed, there's a tie between someone in the previous games as well, or at least someone very important that's mentioned in the lore. And you'll figure it out like pretty quick when you play the game. It's just a 2-hour prologue. You can get through it pretty quick. And yeah, that's been my week.
Damn, nice, dude. Well, honestly, I'm really tempted to just go ahead and start Daybreak, but I don't know. I'll have to see.
Well, I know you've been busy, man. You've been dealing, with grad school shit.
Yeah, and I still am. Like I'm once again going to get another certification.
Okay.
To beef up my resume, and I'm just focused solely on cardiac medications. So let's see how that goes. But
okay.
But yeah, we should be fine. We should be good.
Best of luck to you on that.
Thanks. It should be okay. But yeah, you wanna get into some news?
Well, actually, one last thing, very quick.
Oh shoot! Excuse me.
You're gonna be very happy to hear this.
I am? Oh,
yes, you're gonna be very happy to hear this. All right. So the trophy for getting treasure chests in Daybreak, you only need to get 150 out of like the 240 there are.
What? Oh man! Thank God! Thank
so
God!
Like that bullshit you went through with Cold Steel 4, where like you got every single treasure chest except for one, and you had to play the whole game over again to get it. You don't have to worry about that anymore.
I'm happy.
Yeah, you only have to get a certain amount. And I forgot the guide said it there. Good old Neoseeker. Shout out to Neoseeker. Yeah, great website, great guides. I used it for Final Fantasy X also.
I love it. Yeah, Neoseeker for the win.
Yeah, it said there like, oh, you only need 150 something out of like the 200 something that you have. So you'll need like maybe like 70% of them.
Cool.
To get the trophy. Also, you don't have to scan anymore either. No more scanning. All you gotta do is just beat them. Beat the enemies. That's it. So you don't have to waste a turn getting your ass beat trying to scan everybody, and then eventually you get a party wipe on like some boss you're fighting because you're spending so much time scanning instead of buffing your team up.
It's okay. The first wipe is the scan wipe. It's a thing. Like you just spend that. Just wipe the first time. Make sure you scan everybody, and then take it seriously the next round.
It's like in Elden Ring when you're doing the learning phase. Like, okay, I'm not gonna attack at all. I'm literally just gonna learn how to dodge the shit. And eventually you die. It's like the equivalent of that. All right. So let's get into some news, huh?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So for our first order of news, we have here some news about Helldivers 2. Specifically, its player base, which seems to have had a pretty significant drop-off as of late, as we have now sitting at around 90% of, or they've lost 90% of their player base. So they're sitting at around currently 10% of what they used to have before. And
Yes.
oh, that's embarrassing. I should have. But if we go by currently, if this thing would fucking work, okay, never mind. Okay, so according to this article by the Gamer, as of the writing of said article, as of June 29th, which is a long time ago up to this point, Helldivers is currently sitting at around 37,000 concurrent players playing the game, which is kind of a bit of a far cry from the 458,000 that it peaked at when the game was at its absolute height.
Yes.
And there's been some people attributing the PSN debacle with that, the game being taken out of sale from a lot of countries like the Philippines and stuff because of the PSN requirement that was there. And also because, the updates just aren't really substantial enough. Like we've been getting some battle passes here and there, but after a while, it gets kind of old. Sorry.
I agree. Oh.
Excuse me, I ate before. Gas. Yeah. Would it be an episode of I'll be having fucking gas from eating just before?
For sure.
So yeah, of course, it's just Steam numbers. We don't know how many people there are on PS5, but
No one gives a shit about the console market. I'm kidding, of course. But dude, honestly, I don't know about you. This is sad, but also kind of expected, because I really do think that the whole Sony debacle really took the wind out of this game's sales.
no, yeah, it definitely did. But I will say, also the updates haven't been there, and to be perfectly honest, the fact that it even got as high as it did in the first place is amazing. And I think they just weren't ready for that level of success. They themselves even said it. Like they were not ready for the level of success the game had in the beginning. So everyone was really hyped up on this game. It was great to play when it first came out. And now kind of everyone's a lot of people seem to have moved on from it at this point, and Arrowhead's kind of left with a game that they're not really equipped to update at the pace a game with 500,000 people playing would need for it to maintain that player base. Now, granted, 37,000 isn't bad at all. I don't think 37,000 players is really bad when you consider there's also PS5 and crossplay as well. I can hop on now and still find a game with people perfectly fine if I play Helldivers, level 9.
Yeah.
But I would also say I kind of felt this from the beginning that I just don't think the gameplay loop of Helldivers is strong enough to maintain a super high player count for a long time. Because after you reach level 25, you've kind of seen and done everything at that point, right? 25, you've pretty much unlocked all the stratagems that you've wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And you've pretty much done every mission type, and the mission types are very similar to each other. You plop down, you run to an objective, and you just do whatever the objective wants you to do, and then you run over. You're having bugs biting your ass on the way, and automatons shooting you from a mile away, sniping you with their bullshit rockets that just one shot you, or they're just dropping tanks and stuff. And when you take all that into consideration, the game can get a little repetitive. And even though I had a lot of fun with it, the game did get old kind of fast, at least for me. I know there's a lot of people who still play the game, and there's a lot of people who played the game a lot, even after its initial launch month. But I think the gameplay loop, plus the lack of meaningful updates, plus the PSN debacle, has kind of led us to where we are right now.
Yes.
Any thoughts?
Yeah. No, you're right. I just wish that it went down slow and steady instead of having such a steep fall off. And I really do think the controversy was a result of that. And as far as having an update schedule, I remember when this game first came out, the updates were coming out at such a rapid pace. Oh look, now it's 25, so it's even less than the article stated. So, I just wish it could have it could have fell off at a natural pace instead of having a steep decline. Or maybe it did have a soft fall off and we didn't notice. But
There's a pretty steep fall off between April and May.
yeah, I was gonna say.
Look
Well,
at that.
is that when the Sony shit was happening?
I don't remember. No, I think it was maybe. It might have been around that time. Yeah, maybe it was. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, it was about 2 months ago. So yeah, around that time.
So yeah, around April. Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, that PSN update really, that PSN requirement really screwed over a lot of people, and screwed us out of a lot of good, democracy loving Helldivers out there who would be more than happy to keep playing the game and probably more than happy to still pay for skins and for battle passes or war bonds as we like to call them.
Yeah.
But Sony wanted those account numbers. Those.
Yeah, I don't know why it was that important, and it sucks because there's people that had purchased the game in these countries, that are, by the way, are still. I mean, I don't want to say the term blacklisted, but essentially they've made the game unavailable in a lot of these countries.
Yeah, unless you have a VPN or something. Yeah, make a
Yeah.
fake name and then you risk getting banned by Sony because of that.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's just stupid. It's just dumb. It's a shame. It really is a shame. But hey, that's just the way it goes.
But hey, you know what? I think that the enthusiasm is still there. So if whenever they get around to releasing the next faction, and they release some cool new mission types or something, or some cool new weapons alongside it, I think the people will come back.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think there's gonna be a good amount of people that will come back for it, including us, because I would want to
Yes.
go back.
Me too. Actually, did they ever sell that cape? The negative review cape?
Oh no, I don't know.
No,
I don't know. I have not been keeping up with the game. So
they said that they were working on a design.
yeah, I have no idea. Yeah, back in May,
Yep. Guess they didn't.
they haven't gotten around to it yet.
Review bomb cape. Wow, yeah, that was a long time ago.
Yep, that was 2 months ago.
Oh Lord.
So who knows when we'll get it. I mean, they're kind of like in flux right now because their CEO is now the CCO, and he went back to working on the game, so he's probably gonna bring everyone back up to speed on what's happening, or they have to bring him back up to speed on what's happening.
Yeah.
It's gonna be kind of fun to write. I'm sorry. Okay. So yeah, kind of sucks, but you know what? I think it's still doing okay. It's doing about. It's still doing all right. It would be nice if it was doing higher than what it is before. But I think once again, if they ever bring, or whenever they bring the third faction, the Illuminate, I think what they call them, the Illuminated. I think a lot of people will come back, right? And if they come out with like some cool new like gameplay features alongside it, like vehicles, please. Some fucking vehicles, like give us a Warhog or something.
That would be awesome.
So Warhog would be pretty cool, right? Have your buddy driving, you can shoot one dude with a machine gun, and of course there's gonna be mayhem with that, right? Because I can't tell you the amount of times you have a mishap on the Warhog in Halo when your buddy's driving. I've had those with you. I know that for sure. You may or may not have driven us off a few bridges or cliffs.
No, not on purpose.
Never on purpose, but
despite everything, I'm still the better driver.
Oh, you're the one who actually tries to drive. I'm not gonna drive. I'm gonna shoot stuff. I don't want to drive.
Go. It's fine. I like driving. I like driving the Warthog. And honestly, it's fun to fucking get ram kills. Just
that is fun, dude. Yeah, ram kills are fun.
Yeah, especially on the Ghost. Oh my god. Oh, good times.
Very good times.
It's memories like these that make me wish that the Master Chief Collection actually worked.
Oh my god. Fucking piece of shit. Netcode. So fucking awful, dude. What a waste of money, man. We spent that money.
It was. It
We-
was a waste of money.
We spent like $50 for a thing with the shittiest online. From
Yeah,
like
I will say,
online
though,
from like 2008.
even for Halo 1, dude. Even for Halo 1, it was buggy and laggy as hell.
Well, it was just laggy. It wasn't buggy, but yeah. I remember escorting Captain Keys. Oh my god, on Legendary. We were begging, please, Captain, stop dying. He just wouldn't stop getting killed. Oh man. All right.
But
So-
speaking of things getting killed, jobs dying.
Yep. Yeah. So we have some jobs that are unfortunately being killed off over at Surgent Studios, which, for those of you who don't know, they released the EA original Tales of Kenzera, which is a game that was made by them, and the studio itself is led by a man by the name of damn, his name is long, Abubakar Salib, which for those of you who don't know, he was the voice for Bayek of Siwa from Assassin's Creed Origins. And he's also on House of Dragons, although I haven't seen House of Dragons, so I don't know what character he plays. But he is in House of Dragons, so he's probably the only black guy on there. So honestly, like if you watch House of Dragons, you'll know who he is.
Wait, the HBO Game of Thrones prequel series?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, so he's on that as well, and he thought, hey, you know what, I'm gonna make a game. And his game came out, and it got some good praise. So he's like, those are pretty good solid game made by a small studio, but unfortunately they're gonna be facing some layoffs. And Abubakar says in a statement, or Surgent Studios says in a statement, that unfortunately Surgent has joined the growing number of game studios impacted by layoffs this year, with just over a dozen people affected. It's a difficult time in the game industry, but we remain incredibly proud of our entire team's work on Zao and of the praise it has received from critics and players alike. Our focus now on supporting those affected, continuing our work on Zao, and looking to the future with our next creative project. So yeah, this is just just another set of layoffs in the growing trend of layoffs that have been rocking the industry the whole entire year. And Abubakar himself responded to this. Thank you so much to those who have checked in. This hurts deeply. This is the news I want to share today. I'm so proud of what the team has achieved over the course of these 4 years. When things got tough, every one of them stood so strong. It was inspiring. So to delivering this news today really sucks. I know we're not alone here, but that doesn't make it easier. The focus now is continuing to support those affected in any way we can. I will be replying to this with links to posts from our affected team members. If you have any opportunities available or know any going, please consider these incredibly talented people. So that's that with them. So cool thing about the game itself is that it's very heavily inspired by African culture. In fact, what is it? Abubakar Salim wanted to make the game as like a tribute to his father who passed away, and he kind of treated it kind of like to him the game was like kind of therapeutic, as it's kind of like it's inspired by like his own grieving process over his father. And there was an interview I think he did with Friends Per Second, the Skill Up podcast, and you could tell this guy really gave a shit about his game, and it was something that he was really, really passionate about, because the way he spoke about it was so beautiful and eloquent. I don't remember the exact words he said, but it was really cool to see someone speak about their game in such passionate terms, because he was talking about how there was entire mechanics that were in the game, and how he related those mechanics to his real life experiences with suffering from grief of his father. And I'm just trying to look for gameplay here for this. Whoops. Okay. So yeah, as you can see, it's a Metroidvania game, and it's inspired by African culture. Right, so you wear a tribal mask that can switch between a like a sun variation and like a moon variation, and like each of them have like different abilities. Like the sun one's more melee oriented, the moon one's more ranged oriented, and then you have like enemies that are like only can only be hit by the sun version, enemies that can only be hit by the moon version, and like each mask has like different abilities and stuff.
Very
It's
interesting.
I remember playing this during the Steam Next Fest, and it was pretty cool. I just remember thinking like the game was a little jank because it was a little bit, but it's definitely something I am interested in picking up eventually. It does seem like really cool, and it's something really unique because we don't really get mini games with such a heavy African influence to it.
Yeah.
So it's cool to see someone come along or a studio come along and try and realize that vision, and to know that like this was so personal to him. Get kind of mix it all the sadder that like his studio that he worked on with like a bunch of friends, and now has to see a lot of them
Close.
go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Any thoughts?
No, it's just sucks because technically speaking, that is an indie studio, but they still had to get hit with the unfortunate reality of layoffs.
Yeah, they were backed by EA, but they're not owned by EA, but they were backed by them. They're part of the EA original brand, which is the same brand that gave us It Takes Two, and
Yes.
it was made by the fuck the Oscars guy over the I forgot his name. Oh man, it was like Johan something, but yeah, he was all like fuck the Oscars. VGA is where it's at, right? If you don't give awards, where it's at, and they also worked on what was that Prison Break game. That one too. That's the other one. That's
Oh
also...
yeah, A Way Out.
Oh, Way Out. There we go. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. So
I'd play that with you. That looks like fun.
actually, you know what's great about it? Only one of us needs to buy it.
Oh really?
Yes.
Wait, no. I think It Takes Two is the one that only one of us needs to
No.
buy. I think-
Wait. It's same thing with Way Out.
Oh.
Only one person needs to buy it, and then you get the friend pass for free. And you just give your friend the friend pass, and you both can play it.
I'm gonna look it up on Steam real quick. It'll be fun. Hang on.
I'm more interested in It Takes Two, but I'd be fine with either or.
Well, I think It Takes Two is the better of the two.
Well, it won Game of the Year.
Yes.
It won Game of the Year in the VGAs during 2021, I think.
Also, yeah, dude, and it's also yeah, there it is. It is $40. Yep. Yeah, $40.
Whoop.
That was so fun.
Oh, oof. All right. So, that's that. Those unfortunate news. Hopefully, any of those, people out there affected over at Surgent Studios, they get jobs very soon because,
Yeah.
they deserve it. They worked really hard on the game, right? And it's a really cool game that they worked on. So, hopefully, they find jobs over soon. All right. So, let's move on, right? Let's talk about some... Oh, what the fuck? Oh shit. All right.
What?
So no, I think I pulled up the wrong article. Okay,
Oh, that's interesting.
that's not what we're talking about though.
Still interesting nonetheless.
Yeah, here we go. All right. So let's talk about some fighting games or some fighting games tournaments specifically. So we have Evo 2024, which actually just passed this past weekend. It is the premier fighting game tournament. It's like the Olympics of fighting game, like the Super Bowl of fighting game tournaments, where like everyone from all around the world comes over to Las Vegas. So actually, they were there the weekend you went. So I don't know if you noticed like any more noticeable traffic. I forgot what area.
Oh no, it wasn't the weekend. I was there during the week. I went there on Tuesday, came back Thursday.
Okay.
So I just missed it, but traffic was still awful.
Yeah, that's why people coming in because people come in early. It starts on Friday. People usually fly in on Wednesday and Thursday. And then of course, like they have like workers setting up and stuff. But they are now not only the biggest fighting game tournament, but they are also the biggest esports event, as they broke records with their entrance. They had a record 60. No wait, whoops. 10,000 over 10,000 unique competitors.
Wow.
So
Holy, that's a lot of.
so
fucking
over 10,000 people went to go play some fighting games in a tournament. And that is the highest number of entrants in any esports event ever. Just to give you a more specific breakdown here, right? You have all these numbers, right? These are all the people who registered for games, with, of course, Street Fighter 6 being like the bread and butter of EVO. They got 5,265 new entrants, which, by the way, is an insane number considering last year they had, I think, like 7,000, which was also insane. Like, this is the highest any Street Fighter game or any fighting game ever.
Yes.
Had people entering for it in a tournament, and that drop off is like, it's not much, right? Like in Street Fighter 5 days, it was the first year I think it was like 5,000 something, and then it dropped by half the next year. Mm-hmm. This game, there's barely any drop off at all. So clearly, people love Street Fighter 6, right? They really want to play it. And then we have Tekken 8 with 4,646. This is the Tekken 8's initial year as it launched back in January. And now it's also the highest number of players that have ever entered a tournament for Tekken. And then we have Strive, Guilty Gear Strive, which comes in at 2,058, right? Which is also really high considering Guilty Gear is a 3-year-old game at this point. And it's also a niche game series. Guilty Gear has always been kind of niche. Like, it's a game series that's been lucky to sell even 1 million copies. And I think Guilty Gear is something like 2 million now at this point. And then, of course, you have, Versus Strive, 1377. Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising, which is based on the Grand Blue property. And then number 5 is also the most interesting one because it's Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, which is a game that came out in 1999. And it has 1,101 entrants, which is crazy high. It beat out Under Night in Birth 2, which came out in February, Mortal Kombat 1, which came out last September as the latest Mortal Kombat game, and then King of Fighters is a pretty niche game. Like, unless you're Mexican, you don't play the game, really.
I was gonna say I've never heard of that game, the King of Fighters.
It never really hit off in America, but Mexicans fucking love it, dude. The top 6 was all Mexicans. It was hilarious to see. So, absolutely huge numbers. And if you want to know why Street Fighter 3 specifically is so loved, it's because of what is known as Evil Moments 37. And this was when Justin Wong, who is considered one of the best American fighting game players ever, was going up against Daigo Umehara, who is considered to be one of the greatest Japanese fighting game players of all time. In fact, he's considered one of the 5 Japanese fighting game gods. And,
shit.
Yeah, like it's him, a guy named Tokido. I forgot the other ones. I think MOV and I can't remember who else. No, not MOV, but you get the idea, right? These are guys who are like the best of the best, and they're like 40-something years old dudes, like still kicking ass in tournaments. But this was like way back in like 2009, I believe. And
oh yes, I remember this.
Yeah, right.
And I don't play fighting games, and even I knew about this.
Yes, yeah, right. It's kind of like almost like a meme amongst the gaming community as a whole. Like, everyone knows this moment. You may not play fighting games, but you know this moment. And the reason why it's so crazy.
Oh, look,
yeah.
It is. Bro, incredible. Oh my god.
Now the reason why that moment is so incredible is because in order to do a parry in Street Fighter 3, you have to tap forward before you get hit. You can't do it during a block. You can't do it while blocking. You have to tap forward. So like the thing is, like, if you go for the parry and you mistime it, you're gonna eat the hit because you're holding forward instead of back to block. So what Daigo did was he blocked freaking, what was it, like 16, I think 16?
Let's count them.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, right? 12! He blocked 12 back-to-back hits. And not only did he successfully parry it, but he also had the perfect punish for it. He inflicted the exact amount of damage he needed to close out the round.
Yep.
The exact amount. It was literally the perfect punish that he had to go for. And that is why Street Fighter 3 is now so loved, because when it first launched, no one liked it.
Yeah.
No one liked it. Everyone was like, where the fuck are my characters? Where's E Honda? Where's Blanca? They had to put in Ryu and Ken, and that was it. Like, all they had was Ryu and Ken for like the longest time until Third Strike came out, and then like they included Akuma and then Chun-Li. But like it was all new characters at that point, so like obviously like everyone's gonna hate on the new guys in the block. And this Evo in particular, I saw it. I saw the Street Fighter one, right? Because I watch it every year. It actually had its own incredible story with a guy named Punk. He goes by the name Punk. His name is Victor Woodley, and he actually won Evo this year. And the reason why it was so incredible is because Punk is considered to be the best Street Fighter player in the world currently. And during the Street Fighter 5 days in 2017, he was like the best, like the best one in the world. He was in favor to like take it all during Evo because he was going through the winners bracket and he was demolishing everybody. And then he went to grand finals on the winners side, and he went up against Tokido, who's considered to be one of the fighting game gods, right?
Yeah.
And then, so at that time, everyone's like, "Oh man, Punk's got this in the bag," right? And then he gets absolutely demolished by Tokido. And the thing that makes it really heartbreaking is that you can see Punk melt down in real time. Because he was, I think he was like 17 or 18 at the time. So like, he was just a kid. He never really been on the big stage before. So like, you could tell that he was kind of nervous. And he was going up against a guy who's been, fighting in tournaments for like 20 years. Longer since he's been alive. And in real time, you could just see him crumbling. In fact, by the end, he was crying because he lost so badly and he was so embarrassed. And from then on, he was known as kind of like a choker because he would always end up in like top 4s and top 3s, but like, he would never like win the big ones. He'd win tournaments, but he wouldn't win like the huge ones like Evo and stuff. And then this year, he wins CEO, which is one of the biggest fighting game tournaments of all time. Like it's like second or third to like Evo. And then this year, not only did he beat Tokido, but he also won it all in Evo this year. And it was like the same story, right? He came in from winner's bracket. He went to grand finals in winner's side. And he almost fucked it up again, right? So everyone was like, oh my God. Oh no, it's going to happen again. And it went down to final game, final round. And he clutched it out.
Nice.
He clutched it out at the end. Right, he was down to like, he was down by like 50% health, and he somehow just had 2 good reads, and he clutched it out in the end. And so now he's won his first Evo ever after 7 years of not winning it, and he's also the first American player to win Evo in like 10 years.
Oh, that's fucking
for Street
dope.
Fighter that's specifically.
Amazing. Oh yeah, of course.
Because like America wins like at like Marvel and stuff, because like that's our game. But yeah. Any other thoughts? I know that was a lot, but like that was I had a
well, I'm not unless it's Smash Brothers. I don't play fighting games too much, so it's nice to know the history behind everything. But that Street Fighter 3 moment, well, I knew that because I'd seen it before, and I was like, damn, like I'm not a Street Fighter player, but all that parry was fucking awesome.
No, absolutely amazing. Yeah, like you see the match like playing out here, like he's getting his ass kicked, and then he just brings it out in the end. Off a jump in, he just jumps in, and he just guesses once, makes him guess again, dash cancel, then double 3, and then he just finishes it. And then by the end, like everyone was crying. He was crying.
Well, yeah, dude.
Big Bird, this guy, was also crying. They were all, because they're really good friends of each other.
Yeah.
And, the announcers were crying. Everyone was crying. So it was just a great moment. It was great to see Punk finally win it all after so many years of struggling to win it. Cool. Of getting so close, man. So close. All right. So that's it on that. I'm actually kind of glad we waited because I wouldn't have been able to share all that.
Yeah. Well, it's good. Very nice.
Yeah, Evo's always hype, guys. Like, even if you don't like, I don't play fighting games either. I don't have the patience for them. I get pissed every time I drop a combo. But I love watching them, especially Street Fighter. Street Fighter and like Tekken are like the two hypest games to watch. It's so insane.
I do like watching Tekken.
Tekken is a lot of fun, and the guy who won this year won his fifth title, his fifth Evo title. Some dude from Pakistan named Arslan Ash who literally just came out of nowhere in like 2019 and just started murdering everybody. Just taking souls, because for the longest time the Koreans were dominating, and he just came and just mopped the floor of everyone. And he's been winning ever since. No one can stop him. All right. Well, speaking of getting stopped, you know what can't be stopped?
Tell me, what can't be stopped?
No, what can be stopped?
Oh, well, what? Yeah, well, tell me, what can be stopped?
Exoprimal, aka another live service game, has now been stopped, or at least for support. So, Exoprimal, for those of you who don't know, is that dino mech shooter that Capcom made, that like they totally debated us into thinking it was a new Dino Crisis game because they showed, a red-haired woman and dinosaurs. Like, oh shit, it's Regina from Dino Crisis. Oh shit, and then we see mechs. We're like, wait, what the fuck is this? And then,
Hey, what the fuck?
and then it goes Exoprimal. We're like, what the fuck? We just, what is this? And yeah, so apparently, Exoprimal is going to be ending support as of season 4. It launched, earlier this year. Yeah, it launched earlier this year. Oh, not this year. Last year. It was last year. It was last June. But season 4 will be set to end on July 11th. And then from there, they're going to rotate between season 1, 2, and 3. All different content. The game itself is not, the servers aren't closing down, but, it's not going to receive any more updates for it. Which is very unfortunate because, I guess it's not really that unfortunate. I mean, it's unfortunate for Capcom, right? but this is just not a game that people asked for, and it's not like we need a live service game and like a sea of live service games that are now going on.
Yep.
And it's really interesting that because I actually saw another article here that I want to bring up. This is actually from earlier in the year, but this was linked to the previous article I just showed, where polls are showing that a lot of devs are worried about the live serve sustainability. And yeah, no shit, buddies.
Yeah.
It's almost like the devs and the consumers know what the executive class doesn't seem to want to know. Yeah, a recent poll shows as much as 70% of game devs don't believe the model is sustainable. Yeah, no shit.
No fucking shit, dude.
It's almost like when you make a game that's demands infinite amount of time and money from people who only have a finite amount of time and money. Is it really going to work out when there's like a million different options for them? And it seems like Exoprimal is the latest one to join the closures. So, any thoughts?
No. Another live service game dead. Yes.
Yeah, and
I won't lie though. PvE, against dinosaurs does sound pretty hype.
Well, the thing is, it was a very weird game. It was PvPvE, so it wasn't just you shooting dinosaurs. See, I think a lot of people would like the game a lot more if it was you and your buddies like shooting dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Like if it was Helldivers with dinosaurs, that'd be fucking dope, right?
Yeah.
Especially with like all the mechs that they have there. Like all the mechs have like do a bunch of cool things. Like they all have like crazy mobility. They can like fly around and stuff and boost. But then they also have like shields and like big ass cannons. Some of them like have like swords, like big ass samurai swords that you can use. And on a conceptual level, it's kind of cool, right? But then they have the PvP portion of it. It was very weird because like the whole thing with it was that like you start in, and then it starts PvE at first, and then you and your buddies have to like race to like complete an objective before the enemy team does. But you're like on 2 separate instances, so it's like your clock versus their clock. And essentially what you're doing is that you're playing to complete the objective in time so that when the PvP portion activates, you guys have an advantage. So like you'll do like let's say, oh, like go to this spot and like kill this many dinosaurs. Like you have to do that, and then you're playing for like more time, and then after you complete all the objectives, the game will like, okay, now we're gonna enter the PvP portion, right? So then it'll plop you down into like a payload map, and then you have to like, escort the payload across. And if you complete the PVE objectives early, you get extra. You get to start get a head start on the payload. So you get to push the payload early before everyone else, and then eventually, like you're gonna cross paths with each other's payloads. So that's where you guys start fighting each other.
Okay.
And it was different every time, but then it also had like this weird structure to the campaign, where it was like you had to play the campaign to like unlock certain mission types, and it wasn't like a traditional multiplayer game where like Overwatch or something where you just go like, okay, I'm gonna play some competitive, right, and it just puts you in like whatever mode. Like it was like you had like story missions you had to complete to unlock the multiplayer stuff, but like you can possibly play it out of order depending on where the matchmaker puts you. So like sometimes people like had a hard time finding matches with other people, not including the fact that it's kind of a low player count. So it was very weird all around. Very weird, very experimental game that they were working with.
Yeah. Well. Oh yeah.
No thoughts.
No thoughts at all. Not really, dude. It's just another live service that went down.
Well, maybe here's something you can talk a little bit more about. In fact, maybe this is your article that you sent, so maybe you can take the lead on this one because I've been talking way too fucking much this episode.
The rare, well, I mean, you talked about Evo and shit, but finally, this is something not only that I could talk about, but a story that I myself pitched in. So, so not just live service games getting killed, but bots as well. So apparently, Valve has taken action in recent weeks. Actually, I think as of July 1st, where they are starting to purge the bots that have been plaguing Team Fortress for a while now. Like I think for the past 5 years, Team Fortress 2 has had a serious bot problem. Like bots and bot hosters openly just on the game, making life hell. Just what they do. Have you seen it, Jesse? Like what the bots do in game?
No, I have not actually.
Yeah, so what the bots do is they're like a group of snipers, and they're all like aiming upwards like this, moving around, and then the minute they see someone, they immediately headshot.
Oh my god. Okay.
From across the map, mind you, from across the map. So it's kind of sad because it's really soured the game for a lot of people, especially casual players. That's where the bots are infested the worst. And so for the better part of like 5 years, fans of the game have been openly trying to essentially pressure Valve by signing petitions, starting fan campaigns like Fix TF2 to destroy the bot menace, and it looks like something happened. In the recent weeks, there have been huge, massive ban waves concerning the bots. Very prevalent accounts that are very notorious bot hosters have also gotten banned as well, and now the game is actually kind of cleaned up a bit, and people are reporting like very little bot sightings. Very prominent Team Fortress 2 YouTubers, I think Uncle Dane is one of them, who I've been watching recently, has talked about it. That these bot hosters are just getting banned, and these are permanent bans, non-appealable bans as well as because I don't think it's Valve. I think it's actually a third party that they've contracted to work on the game. Has been the one doing the bot wipes.
Well, Valve did have something to say about it because they put on the FAQ.
Yes,
Near the bottom.
They did. They put it in an FAQ. It's like, hey, can you tell me? Oh, it was banned. No. Can I appeal? No. So, a lot of people are very, very happy that this is happening, and a lot of other people are actually kind of concerned why Valve has chosen now to take action. And a lot of people are speculating that it's because of the summer update that's right around the corner. They want to make sure that their players are happy, so that they can spend money on hats and shit.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, that's what you got to do, right? Keep them happy, they'll
Yeah.
spend money.
No, absolutely.
As long as
But
you get rid of the problem, hey, it's either that or the bots keep fucking everything up.
yeah, but people, as fans of the game, they just want Valve to continuously monitor the bot issue and actually take action for it, and not do it only when they need to update the goddamn when they need to send a summer update. So honestly, it's pretty cool because the campaign was shown to be successful, and thank God too, because a lot of bot hosters would actually do oh damn, excuse me, they would do DDS attacks on the website for fix TF2, and try to actually mess with the campaign. So
Why were they botting in the first place?
money,
Money?
yeah, hats and such.
Ah,
Yeah, they
why is that? Because I know there's like a market, there's like a digital market surrounding TF2, but can you explain it
yeah.
to me a little more?
Well, as you know, a while back, TF2 started to. I don't know if it was around the time that they wanted to pay. What's it called? Pay free to play. But the community opened up where you can sell hats and in-game community items, and you would get these items by playing the game, especially with updates where they would release new hats, new keys, which you would conveniently have to pay for. Um, but then you can then resell it on the marketplace to other players.
Ah,
Of
okay, so
course,
kind of like CS:GO skins.
yeah, kind of like CS:GO skins, but on a much smaller scale.
Okay.
Like it's not straight up gambling. I don't think. I don't think. But so what's better than one person buying and selling items on the community market to make a profit? Masses of people buying and selling things on the community market to make profit. So you got one. So you have these Steam users that will make bot accounts for the sole purpose of
Just farming hats.
farming hats, weapons, anything that you can sell on the community market.
Ah, okay. All right, all right.
Yeah.
Also, wasn't there a thing where like if people tried to vote to kick the bot, like the bot would like crash the server?
Yes. So I think there was something going along. No, actually, it was the bot would sit in the team list, and they would not pick a team. So they would just
Oh,
sit like not picking red or blue,
so it was stalemate
and
in the game.
so they would stalemate the game. And because they hadn't picked a team, you couldn't kick them. But someone just released, I forgot who it was, but they released a video on how to kick those people. It's a lot of like console commanding,
Hmm.
but now they found a way to kick those bots too.
All right,
Yeah.
right
So
on.
yeah, get fucked, bots. So because of this, Team Fortress 2 has experienced a surge now. And I'll be honest with you, even with the bot problems, the game was still pretty popular. But as part of the campaign, they were spamming negative reviews on Steam. Actually, if you go to Steam now, I don't know if you can take a look. Ah, there you go. Look at that.
Yeah.
As you can see, they experienced their own Helldivers 2 negative dive.
Hey, maybe they can make a hat design out of this.
They probably would, and they probably work on it faster than the Helldivers, if I'm being perfectly honest with you.
Well, it's Valve, bro. Who knows?
Yeah, well, no, not Valve, the fucking community. It's gonna be a mod like within 24 hours. I
Okay.
guarantee it. But but yeah, dude. So I thought it was pretty. I thought it was a pretty interesting story. Because dude, TF2, despite being an old as fuck game, is still one of the most popular games on Steam.
What is it like
And
18 years old now at this point?
boy, it came out with the orange box. Like
That
TF2
was
is
like 2006, I think.
dude. Yes, man. TF2 is as old as Steam. So look
Yeah,
at
no,
that, and look at the concurrent count on this crap. 74,000 active.
that's really good for a freaking 20-year-old game. Game is
Yeah, dude. And look, and as you can even see it there. Within the last 30 days, there was like a 30% increase. Oh wow, the Steam chart doesn't even go that bad.
no, it doesn't
In the
even go that
back,
far
it
back.
doesn't.
No.
But as you can see, there was a huge swell of newcomers to playing casual. Because I remember I got the orange box on my first piece of crap computer.
2007.
Dude, we were in middle school.
Yeah, I know. Don't remind me.
Oh my god,
Don't
my
remind me. I
back.
don't. I don't need that psychic damage on me right now.
Oh my god.
I do not need that level of
Five
psychic
games.
damage. Yeah, Portal. Man, I
Incredible.
remember Portal.
Oh god, yeah, the
Oh
original
god,
Portal.
that was so good.
Team
2007.
Fortress.
Yeah, it's 2007.
Oh, then when did the orange box come out?
Orange Box came out. Oh, also 2007. Okay, yeah, you're right. You're right.
Oh,
Okay,
okay, yeah, yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
We were like in 8th grade, I think. I think we were. Yeah, we were like in
We
8th or
were.
7th grade.
Yeah, dude, we were.
Oh
Man, that
no.
was so much fun. Yeah, dude. So this old ass game is still is still has plenty of players, and actually I myself went back into it, but I mostly to play man versus machine because that's my favorite game mode to play on Team Fortress.
Yeah, you don't deal with the bots. Well, do you have to deal? Did you have to deal with bots on that one?
No, actually, they all were real people. So,
Ah, okay.
but I have to go back into casual. I have to go into casual. I mean, I haven't experienced any bots because I like barely played it, um, but I was looking at YouTube videos regarding fixed TF2, and it's funny because I actually caught it in the beginning, in the middle of Valve taking action, and now the aftermath. So it was interesting to see like um, the whole event take place.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. 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 Jeez.
So yeah. So TF2's back for a little bit.
Yeah, it's safer now, but who knows if the bots will come back with a vengeance.
Yes. So that's what they're afraid of, and hopefully they Valve will just keep up with regular maintenance, or at least um whatever third party company it was that's responsible for it. But yay!
Yay! TF2 is saved.
TF2 is saved. Wow, dude, 20-year-old game outlasting Overwatch. Who would have thought?
Oh, which speaking of Overwatch, I got I don't even saw my message, but I got top 500 in open queue.
I saw that, dude. Actually, congratulations, man.
I fell out though. I
What?
fell out immediately. I got to 473. Hey, but it's still there peak, so I'm still gonna get the title. I'm gonna get the top 500 title.
Very cool, dude.
I'll still
Very
get the
nice.
title. I'll still get the title. The thing is, like, you have to keep playing to stay in there, because then it's a leaderboard, so people who keep playing will get above you.
Yeah, of course.
So then that's what happened. I just didn't play for like 2 days, and all of a sudden I'm just kicked out.
Yeah. Did you get to play with a Juno yet or no?
No, I didn't get to play for at all. Dude, the queue times were like 8 minutes. I wasn't gonna fucking wait 8 minutes to maybe get a character.
Yeah, screw that shit.
That's why I think not focusing. But she seems fun. She's like really fast, and she like zooms around and stuff. She has like a speed ring, like a freaking Sonic speed ring.
Yes.
She's sends the team soaring through, and she can also like fly in the air. But it's kind of weird because like she can't fly like Echo. Like once she's like in the air, she's like fixed where she is. So like
Yeah.
she can only go side to side. She can't go like up and down. So it's a little
I see.
limiting. But you know what? Thank God, because I was so worried we were gonna get like another Mercy Echo. I'm like, oh my God, bro, I'm gonna fight against a team of fucking flyers where it's gonna be like Farah, Echo, Mercy, Juno, just flying around like a bunch of fucking assholes, and I can't hit them. But she seems cool. I'll play her. I'll check her out when season 12 comes around.
Cool.
All right. But we digress. So for
Yes.
our next story, we have here Game Pass. So we have some Game Pass changes happening. So Game Pass is currently going to be seeing some price hikes. It's going to go from what is it, $16.99 to $19.99 as of September 12th, and it's going to be seeing a new category called Standard, which is going to be Game Pass, but it's not going to include day one access to first party Xbox games. So like the Indiana Jones games and like Call of Duty stuff like that. Like that's not going to be on day one. So if you want to get, your Call of Duty Indiana Jones day one, you got to start paying $20 now. Also, there was also some other changes with the console version, I think, because it's kind of weird that they have like a console version of it. I actually didn't know this. It's called Xbox. I think this is it. This is Core. So like it comes with Xbox Live, and then also comes with like Game Pass and stuff. So this one I don't think is really going to change, but then now standard is going to be going up in price. I'm sorry, Ultimate's going to be like the new standard now. So like if you want like everything there is to offer, you're going to have to start paying $20 a month. And so of course people are mad, right? Because you have to pay more money than you did before. Yep. It's like Disney Plus and Netflix, like always bumping up their prices. Jacking up their prices because this it's expensive keeping up server data, right? Especially if you're in a line must go up mentality where you need to keep increasing your subscriber count every year, and if you don't do that, then you have to squeeze more blood out of the ones that are there.
Yep.
Because
Absolutely.
line must go up. There's only so many people in the world who can afford a subscription any one time, right?
And those are the ones that must be milked. God, this is so bad. I can't. I can't believe it.
Oh, I can totally believe it. It was inevitable. It was going to happen at this point, and this won't be the last time either.
No, absolutely not. They're gonna keep raising that price until it crashes, which it will.
Yeah, it's going to go the way of cable. Again, it's so funny like how you've come like full circle with like cable, right? It's like we went away from cable. We went to streaming to get away from cable, and now streaming is now doing what cable did. And so like we're back to like, the 7 C's are always there, man.
You kidding me? Educational software for the win. And I wonder why people are a fan of educational software.
Now, I will say that Game Pass was like kind of a steal. So like it does make sense that they would raise the price, and it seems like at this price point it's not too bad, right? $20 a month to play as many games as they have, plus have day one access to Xbox first time. It's still a pretty good deal, right? Even if the price is going up. But again, like we know this is gonna be the last time, man. I give it like 6 months before they bump it up to like $25. There's gonna be like another 6 to 7 months from now, like at the end of this year, maybe early next year. Well, they're gonna bump up the price again, and then every year they're gonna probably try and bump it up some more and more and more, and then we'll see.
I don't like it. I mean,
But hey, you know what? PC bros, you and I, bro, we only got to pay $12.
Oh.
And that, as far as I know, has been unchanged. It's been mostly the middle ones, right? These two that have changed, right? This is new. This is for console, and then this is like the ultimate one.
The all-time? Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah, but this is us, so like we got it good.
Look at us.
Look at him. Who would have thought?
Not me.
And then I also saw a report earlier that Microsoft is considering an ad tier. So just like Netflix and Disney. Although Disney and Hulu as well. Although Hulu said eat shit because Hulu went like, nah, you're getting ads, bro.
Yeah, but at least ads with Hulu have been there since day one. With like certain like with the price point, like it was there since day one.
Wait, is are Hulu and Prime two separate things, or are they the same?
No, Hulu's different. Prime is Amazon.
Oh, okay, sorry. Okay, so it was Prime. It's Prime. I'm sorry. I'm so confused. There's so many fucking services. It was Prime. They're like, nah, bro, you're getting those ads.
Even with the fucking $80 a year Prime subscription.
Because I remember watching Invincible, and it was like, wait, what the fuck? Why are there ads here? I didn't do this for season 1. And I looked it up, and I'm like, oh, bullshit, bro. They fucking added ads, and of course everyone was pissed.
Oh, lame, dude.
Yeah, well, but it seems like with Xbox Game Pass, also New Game Pass subscribers won't be able to select the console option starting July 10th, which is past that date already, until the new Game Pass standard subscription is available, right? So you can't like renew it.
Yeah.
Also, they got rid of. They didn't get rid of it, but they limited stacking, so like people can go to stores and get like gift cards for Game Pass that was like at a discount, and you can like stack them up for like forever, pretty much. You can get like years worth of Game Pass for like a discount. They limit it to just 13 months now, so you can only stack up to 13 months.
I see.
Yeah, so you're gonna get like 13 months of a discount. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what they raise it to next time. God only knows when and by how much they will do it. We'll see. But you know what? As much as game prices on Game Pass pisses off, man, Apex and EA just came in and took the fucking cake. Like Microsoft must be like, woo! Thank God for Apex, man. Thank God for EA. So for for the true heroes. So for our final story, we have here Apex making some very interesting Battle Pass changes where you will not get one Battle Pass, but 2 Battle Passes. And Apex, they will be introducing half-season passes. So originally, the pass was going to be $110. I'm sorry, it's 110 tiers. But now they are changing it to 60 and 60. And it's going to come with like a bunch of new stuff with it, right? But now, before you used to pay 10 for one pass, but now you pay 10 for both passes. 10 each. So now, for the wonderful price of $20, you can now grind for 120 tracks. And here's the best part. You can't earn coins anymore. So now you cannot buy it with in-game currency.
So now the Battle Pass is 100%
real money.
Real money.
Real money.
This is an upgrade?
According to EA and Respawn.
Is this an upgrade?
Now, their justification is, well, you don't have to grind as much per pass, and you'll get, items sooner. And we're also going to have, like, more meaningful items with each one. But, I mean, when you have to pay real money, $20, every, like, I don't know how long an Apex season is, like, every, like, 2 months. I'm just going to say 2 months. It starts to pile up. And, of course, they always have to release, the confusing charts, because companies love releasing confusing charts. Right, before you get 110 levels, now it's 60. You get 200 Apex coins. You still get 200 Apex coins. Get 7 Apex passes, but now you get like character skins and stuff. And that might seem cool, but again, you're paying $10 for each pass. And guess what, man? Once that pass is gone, it's gone. So like, if it's 2 months, right, and you have a month to earn each pass, and you can't play during that month, you're fucked. So at least with the old system, right, you can spend the 2 months grinding it out. And maybe, you spend enough time during like the last, few weeks, you can maybe, crunch and get it out. But now, bro, you better be on that grind 24/7 if you want everything there is on that Game Pass. And of course, everyone is pissed off, as we have here a Reddit thread, people calling out to boycott Apex.
Yeah.
And they're coming up with ways to protest BP changes. So she's saying, hey, don't buy anything. Don't buy anything. Request streamers to call out EA on this and Respawn on this. Right? Post links to official protest sites. Brainstorm and organize ideas. Yeah, I mean, all around. It's just kind of a shitstorm here.
A huge shitstorm, dude.
Oh, it's 3 months. 3 months to 6 weeks. So you have a month and a half per pass.
And
you went from 3 months to being able to earn everything to now you have 6 weeks to earn everything on there. And you don't get to earn it back, right? Because the whole appeal of battle passes is you can just, if you play the game enough, if you grind out enough, you can just pay $10 for one pass and then just keep buying new ones. Any thoughts? You just kind of make it.
No, it's just what, another fucking shitty battle pass by EA no less. Oh my god, like color me fucking shocked that they're motivated by greed.
And I have here on the official website. Hey, Legends! You know that we're all in on creating the best experience. We're frequently iterating on the game, chatting with players, and considering how we can action on community feedback, from casuals to pros. Today we're announcing a brand new Battle Pass experience that launches Season 22. And this isn't just a heads up, it's also an inside look on how we've improved the value, reduced the time needed to unlock high-end items, and more. There's a TLDR for those that would rather, but for those that like details, this one's for you.
This one's for you.
TLDR, get fucked, give us more money.
Oh my dear sweet Jesus. That was great.
Yeah, awful. Just awful all around.
Awful. Filthy. Can't wait for it to kill the game. Or at the very least, just bring it down to those 5 players that can spend the money, and then they'll end up milking them for all they're worth. Which seems to be the way to do things now. Well, I mean, we always knew.
That's always been the thing.
That's always been the thing.
The whales are the ones that matter.
Yeah.
Those are the ones they cater the game to. Those people who will shell out shitloads of money because they have more money than they know what to do with. All right. So that ends that. You wanna sign us out, dude?
Sure thing, man. Wow. No, sorry. I'm still thinking of my that voice. You know, you should have done it in the Rob Schneider voice from South Park. Rob Schneider.
Rob Schneider. Oh, I closed it. Hey, Legends. Oh. We're thinking of new ways to fuck you in the ass.
Rob Schneider thinks he has it all, but he's about to find out Apex Legends' new Battle Pass kind of sucks ass. Oh, sorry.
Rob Schneider's an Apex player. But what he doesn't know is about to get fucked.
Oh my god. Oh, fucking perfect.
All right, man.
Rob Schneider in. Fuck you, give me more money. Rated R for pirates. Fuck you.
All right, man. You got it out? You ready to sign us out now?
Yeah, I got it. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us for this episode of Two Bar Connection. We really appreciate you guys sticking around and watching us lose our minds. Please, if you could, definitely leave a like down below. Also, subscribe to the channel for more video updates, and also leave a comment down below for any stories that you want us to cover, or if you just want to hear us make really awful references to South Park with impressions.
What, you don't like this voice?
You don't like, well, some people don't like this voice, dude.
All right, guys.
We're available on YouTube. We're also available on Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, and Spotify as well. Thank you very much, guys.
All right, yeah. Thank you once again. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Peace.
Bye, everybody.